Today I want to discuss about the eligibility of former President Galungu. So there have been debates in Zambia. First and foremost, my name is Billy Karisma Samumba. I'm a first year second semester law student at Zikas University, studying law at Zikas University. And as a law student, it has been my concern as a Zambian citizen to talk about the eligibility of President Galungu. I'm free to talk about it because the case was already handled in 2016 in the case of Danny Pule versus Right Musoma versus the people. And you know that in that case, the interested parties, there were many interested parties. John Sanga was one of the interested parties. UPND Secretary General, Steny Kapobo was an interested party, and the former Secretary General for Patriotic Front was also an interested party, Sir Davis Moyo. There are also many other people who are interested in that case, which was the Law Association of Zambia versus Danny Pule and the three others. So that case was the one which handled the eligibility of President Edgar Lungu. So today I want to talk about what it really means, eligible, and the termination of the president in the Constitution of Zambia. We know Zambia has been having two constitutions, and you know that the 1996 Constitution talks about the Bill of Rights. That's why we still continue using it. The 1996 Constitution, which talks about from Article 111 to Article 32 of the Constitution of 1996. And then when we look at the 2016 Constitution, is the one which we refer to in most of the things that we do and most of the things that we enjoy. So, the case of Danny Pule versus the Law Association of Zambia, that case was handled in 2016, and it was talking about is President Edgar Lungu is he really eligible to be president and to stand in 2021. So the court ruled that he was eligible because the constitution was talking about swear the number of years that you owed. They are the ones which determine the terms that the president can rule. So in the 2016 constitution in Article 106, most people they don't understand why most people confuse it. There's a difference between swearing in and there's a difference between swearing in and being president of the country by what we call terms. So in Zambia, we all know that the number of terms for a president is 10 years, which shall be 5 years, one term. So a term in Zambia is determined by more than 3 years. So most people get it wrong because they think a term, as long as you become a president, even if it's not more than 3 years, meaning you already consumed the term. No. It's like you're saying, you go to a university, you know that the program is supposed to be 4 years. And then you say, I'm in the 3rd year, or I'm in 4th year, 1st semester. And you haven't finished the 4th year, 2nd semester, which you're supposed to do your dissertation or whatever. And then you say, I've already finished university. It doesn't work like that. You can't say that. So, in Article 106, let me read the whole article of Article 106. The side note, those who have been to a school of law know that the side note is what actually explains the short details of the article. So the sub article or the side note of the Article 106 says that tenure of office of the president and vacancy. So let me read. I'll read the whole article because I want to make people to understand why we say President Edgar Lungu is eligible, former President Edgar Lungu. So Article 106 says, let me start from Article 1. The term of office of the president is 5 years, which shall run concurrently with the term of parliament, except that the term of office of the president shall expire when the president-elect assumes office in accordance with Article 105. What does Article 105 talk about? Article 105 talks about Article 105. It's the article which talks about assumption of office, tenure of office, and vacance of office. The side note of the article talks about assumption of office. Let's continue. Article 2 of Article 102 says, a president shall hold office from the date the president-elect is sworn into office and ending on the date the next president-elect is sworn into office. Article 3. A person who has twice held office is not eligible for a election as president. We agree, and that is true. Let's go to Article 4. Article 4 says that the office of the president becomes vacant. Article 4 talks about vacancy of the president. If the president dies, that's A. B, if he resigns by notice in writing to the National Assembly of Parliament of Zambia. Otherwise, cases to hold office under Article 81, Article 107, or Article 108. When a vacancy occurs in the office of the president, except under Article 81, the vice president shall immediately assume the office of the president. If the vice president is unable for a reason to assume the office of the president, the speaker shall perform the executive function except the powers to make an appointment, dissolve parliament too, and a presidential election shall be held within 60 days after the occurrence of the vacancy. Article 6 of Article 106 says, if the vice president assumes the office of the president in accordance with clause 5A, which talks about the vacancy of the president, or a person is elected to the office of the president as a result of an election held in accordance with clause 5B, the vice president or the president-elect shall serve for an expired term of office and be deemed for the purpose of clause 3A to have served a full term as president if the date on which the president assumed office at least 3 years remained before the date of the next general elections. B, if not to have served a term of office as president if at the date on which the president assumed office less than 3 years remain before the date of the next general election. So as our argument, as on the side of say President it is very clear. It says that you can only count it as a term if it is more than 3 years. So the people who argue that President Edgar was served 2 terms, I think they are unfair. Because when you look at 2015, can you say 2015 to 2016, that is that 3 years? Sure, that was months. So President Edgar was only served 1 term. It's not about the swearing in, it's about the number of years. How many years have you served as a president? That's the number of. That's how terms are counted in presidential assumption and tenure of the president. So President Edgar is eligible, even in 2026, he is eligible to stand as long as he still remains there. He is eligible to stand. If the party constitution of his party does not backfire, he is eligible to stand. Even in 2031, he is eligible to stand. If he doesn't win the 2026 general, if he is going to stand, he is eligible. He has 1 more term to stand and is eligible to stand as long as the constitution is there. So our argument in the Danpol case, it was very clear. And the Danpol case was solved and the judgment was ruled that is eligible by the Constitutional Court. So unless people don't understand the reading and the interpretation, because even a grade 2, if you give him to read this constitution and the article, he will be able to understand. So he's eligible to stand. Those who are arguments, they must go to the Constitutional Court and petition if they wish to do so, and we wish them all the best, because who come to the Constitutional Court and if they are saying he wasn't eligible, meaning even the election which took place in 2016, meaning they were also illegal, meaning they must arrest everyone who were involved. But as things stand, President Edgar is eligible, and come 2026, like a Patriot Front member of the Patriot Front, we are going to vote for him. Those who don't want to vote for him, we wish them all the best. He is eligible to stand both in 2026, if he doesn't win, even in 2031, even in 2046, he is eligible to stand. If he doesn't win any of the elections which are coming, it does not limit him to how many times he stands. It only limits him if he served for more than 3 years. We could have said it was a term. A term is only counted